Hey guys, welcome back to Popcorn Roulette. My name's Amelia. Before we begin, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to our channel, and click the bell icon to get notifications anytime we upload to Popcorn Roulette. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I've never seen a Wes Anderson movie before.
Wow.
And since the Oscars are this weekend, and Wes was nominated for Best Live Action Short Film, I thought, how fun would it be to react to his short in honor of the Oscars this weekend? And also, Popcorn Roulette is going to tell you their predictions for who is going to win this year. How exciting. So Popcorn Roulette has Oppenheimer winning Best Picture, Christopher Nolan for Best Director, Cillian Murphy for Best Actor, Robert Downey Jr. for Best Supporting Actor, Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing, and Best Sound and Score. Poor Things winning Costume Design and Production Design. Killers of a Flower Moon winning Best Actress, Lily Gladstone. The Holdovers winning Best Supporting Actress, Divine Joy Randolph. Anatomy of a Fall winning Best Original Screenplay. American Fiction winning Best Adapted Screenplay, Barbie for winning song, Billie Eilish's What Was I Made For, Maestro winning Best Makeup and Hairstyling, Godzilla Minus One winning Visual Effects, The Zone of Interest winning International Film, 20 Days in Maripol winning Documentary Feature, The ABCs of Bookbanning winning Documentary Short, The Boy and the Heron winning Animated Feature, Letter to a Pig winning Animated Short, and The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar winning Live Action Short. So let's start a discussion. Who do you guys think is going to win the Oscars this year? Or if you're watching this after the Oscars, go ahead and put who you think should have won. And go ahead and comment which Wes Anderson movie you would like me to see first. And as always, if you want to do the full watch along, that will be over on our Patreon. And without further ado, let's get into the movie.
Yeah. Here we are.
Oh, I love that scribbly handwriting, which I feel is very trademarked with Roald Dahl.
Before I start, I like to make sure I have everything around me that I'm going to need. Cigarettes, of course. Some coffee, chocolates.
You know, just the essentials.
And always make sure I have a sharp pencil before I start.
Using the electric pencil sharpener was always so satisfying. Kind of want to buy one now.
And then finally one starts.
It's almost giving Lemony Snicket.
Henry Sugar was 41 years old, unmarried and rich.
That's going to be me minus the rich part.
He was unmarried because he was too selfish to share any of his money with a wife. Not perhaps as handsome as he thought he was.
Classic.
His hairdresser trimmed his hair once every 10 days, and he always took a manicure at the same time.
That reminds me, I need a manicure pad.
Men like Henry Sugar can be found drifting like seaweed all over the world.
Trust fund babies.
They're not good men either.
Again, trust fund babies.
One summer weekend, Henry drove down from London to the countryside to stay with Sir William W. The house was magnificent, so were the grounds. The host and his other guests whiled away the afternoon playing games.
Ah, that's the narrator going through the window.
He drifted through the house, aimless, then finally mooched into the library.
But this transition's really cool.
He was about to leave when his eye was caught and held by something quite different. It was so slim he never would have noticed it if it hadn't been sticking out a little from the books on either side. The following is what Henry read in the little blue exercise book.
Excuse me, please. May I ask you gentlemen a favor?
This is a private room, I said. All four of us were pretty annoyed and we didn't say anything.
I'm a man who can see without using his eyes.
Oh.
How many fingers is Dr. Marshall holding up?
7,
Once more, I said.
9,
Once more, I said.
3. No fingers.
Hmm.
There's no trick. This is a genuine thing I've managed after years of training.
What sort of training?
Forgive me, sir, but that is a private matter.
Oh.
Whenever our company arrives in a new town, I go straight to the largest hospital and ask the doctors to bandage my eyes in the most thorough and expert fashion.
Before we bandage him, I said to Dr. Marshall, let's fill his eye sockets with something soft and solid.
Dough.
Perfect.
I love how they speak it like it's a book. That's kind of different.
I led Inline Car down the long hospital corridor to the surgery. Lie down there, please, I said.
It's like I'm watching a Roald Dahl book.
How's that?
Splendid, I said. He looked like a man who had suffered some terrible brain operation.
How does it feel?
He looks like the kid in that movie Wonder with his helmet on.
He sped straight out into the chaotically
Oh,
bustling
no hands.
street with honking, careening motor cars whizzing around him in every direction.
It's a motor car.
Last of all, to a great fanfare of trumpets, our friend Imdad Khan came out to do his act. Backstage, I found Imdad Khan sitting quietly on a wooden stool while he removed his stage makeup.
You're curious, Doctor, am I correct?
Most curious, I said.
So am I.
I have a sort of private shorthand I use for taking down medical histories. I believe I got everything Imdad Khan said to me that evening, word for word. I give it to you now, exactly as he spoke it.
Talking to my companion, I found that he was the disciple of the great yogi himself, and on his way at that very moment to visit his master. Finally, the great yogi came out of his hut. He put his hands palm downward on his knees and took a long breath through his nostrils. And then, as I watched, I saw, quite positively, his body slowly lifting off the ground. 12 inches, 15, 18. And then he slowly descended back to earth until his buttocks rested again upon the mat. Straight over. The great yogi is washing his hands and feet in a basin. How long have you been here?
In the box.
Suddenly, he picked up a brick and threw it at me so hard it broke in two as it struck my right leg just below the knee. I have the scar still. I'll show it you.
If you work hard at this, you may be able to concentrate your conscious mind on any one object you select. This will take around 20 years of diligent daily continual effort. On extremely rare occasions, a special person comes along who's able to develop the power in only 1 or 2 years. This is 1 in a billion, not you.
He could be 1 in a billion.
Think of just one object. Visualize it. See it before you.
I actually have tried to do something like this before. I believe it. Definitely not easy.
After 5 years of daily practice, I was able to concentrate absolutely on my brother's face for 1.5 minutes. I was making progress.
How was he timing himself? I mean, I guess you could look at a clock.
When I closed my eyes and looked at something hard with fierce intensity, I could see the outline of the object I was looking at. I started with a deck of playing cards. I studied the backs, I guessed the values immediately. I had a 60% success rate.
Now that is extremely interesting. This is a terrific piece of information. This could change my life.
Yeah.
Imdad Khan had visualized the face of the person he loved best, which in his case was his deceased brother. Henry didn't have a brother. He decided instead to visualize his own face.
During the 4th minute, something starts to happen. Fingers quivering, he picks up the card and turns it over.
Wow.
Henry becomes a fanatic. He never leaves his flat, except to buy food and drink.
My gosh.
Within a month, he's down to 1.5 minutes. 6 months, 20 seconds. 7 more months.
Oh, wow.
His target is 5. He knows that unless he can read through a card in a maximum of 5 seconds, he won't be able to work the casino successfully. Henry goes straight through the pack, timing himself with every card. 5 seconds. Men with crimson faces, cigars between their lips, counted their chips, eyes glittering with greed. Odd.
21.
The dealer said evenly. His black eyes glanced up again into Henry's face and rested there. Henry's advantage was so enormous, he had difficulty keeping his winnings down to a reasonable sum. In an hour, he'd won £30,000. There he stopped. Could just as easily have been 1 million. All at once, he sees through his own skin. He looks at the point in his chest where the pain is coming from and sees a small, dark lump inside the large vein leading into the heart on the right-hand side. A blood clot. He is about to die.
Oh, yeah.
The next morning, Henry woke up late, got out of bed, saw the enormous bundle lying on his dressing table, and didn't want it.
For once, everything was finally enough.
Good morning, sir. That's for you.
Oh.
Put it in your pocket.
All right.
You're an idiot.
If you're lucky enough to win yourself a tremendous big sum of money like that and you want to give it away, you give it somewhere it'll do some good. A hospital, for instance, or an orphanage.
Very true.
Henry started pacing up and down, ticking off the points that would make his marvelous idea possible. I'm going to win a very large sum of money each and every day of my life from this moment forward.
2, I must never go to the same casino more than once every 6 months.
4, £50,000 a night for 365 days a year.
I agree. As a dream, that sounds corny and sentimental.
Henry died last year, aged 63, from a pulmonary embolism. He saw it coming, quite literally.
Oh, yeah.
He'd made £644 million. He'd left 21 well-run children's hospitals and orphanages all around the world. His work was complete.
Henry was dead and would never enter another casino again.
Max and I promised never to reveal his identity. Please, just call him plain Mr. Henry Sugar.
And that is what I have done.
The wonderful story of Henry Sugar was written by Roald Dahl in his writing hut. That was such a... I don't know if heartwarming is the right word, but it's one of those stories that just really makes you think. And I really love how well done it was, too. I loved how the narrating was very much as if you were reading a book, but you were watching it. And I can understand why it was nominated. That was very deep. It's got me really thinking. Anyway, guys, that's a wrap on Henry Sugar. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I did. Feel like I'll need to watch it again a few times, and I feel like I'll really truly understand it a little bit more once I do. I mean, again, it's a first time viewing, so sometimes for me it starts to click after multiple times of watching, but well deserved for the nomination. So really looking forward to see how everything plays out for the Oscars this weekend. Comment down below if you will be watching as well, or if you have, if this is after the Oscars. And with that, so long. I will catch you guys next time. Bye.